Yeah. So I think about when I think about Jesus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's experiments in similar ways, right?
Yeah.
Because this is where me and Mr. Mafia agree a lot. Cause and I've been having this conversation a lot this week.
I think
Like
that was what made me share it because he
a
started talking about
lot.
Kanye.
Like
When he started
because
talking about Kanye.
when you deep how different Kanye is, yeah.
Mm.
And it's like he's not just different. He's like at the highest level when he's being different.
Yeah.
And the most socially acceptable level as well. So we gave the people 3 great albums they understood, and then that was the last time we did that.
Mm.
Like he just said, yeah. So now that you guys trust me, I'm gonna go away, and like I'm gonna ross everything up and continually like changes his sound.
Mm.
Even though there's like quite different sounds in
All of them, yeah.
in college dropout, late registration,
That's
and
right,
graduation.
yeah.
Like what he does in the following 3 or 4. Wait, it's AOA, Jesus, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, TLOP, Kids See Ghosts, Life of Pablo Daytona, and Jesus is King. I don't count Ye.
You don't count Ye? You didn't like Ye?
Ye didn't even have him, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. He made an album in 2 weeks. It's not even an album. It's an audio experience. Anyways. No, because I kind of like the thought behind Mr. Mafia's work, right?
Mm.
But then it's like, what Kanye done is like, he made great different work. Cause it's like, it's not like I don't
Versatile.
like experimentation. It's that
but if that's
when
all
you're
you've
experimenting and it's like people don't like it, it's like, or people don't understand you. It's like, are you trying to not be understood? Like, cause you know how people or artists love to say like I'm misunderstood and all of this stuff. It's like, are you trying to not be understood? Like, because I know one of the ways that people understand me is through my work. Like, if I write a really good article, people are gonna say, "Oh, I get you." If I write, like, I wrote my book, it's what? Boop, 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 boop. People get me. Like, I've wrote a really good article about being humble, and it's like, because I'm not who I am, but I'm not in the way that people want me to be, and I make it make sense. And that's what people want. It's like, it's not like people want.
No, I feel like
to not
I feel like
else.
sometimes I think it depends. I think
think?
people glean meaning from different things. I don't think it's that he hasn't got anything to say. I just think the
I
way
didn't
he
say that.
delivers
I
it.
didn't say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I didn't say that. I'm
but-
not going to say another
But
artist
I
have
think
anything to say.
I think the way he's trying to deliver it.
I'm
is
not
his
even
own
speaking about JPEG Mafia
vision.
no more. I'm
Oh, you're
speaking
speaking in
about
general.
experimentation in general. Like,
Well, you got to ground it because
who is like,
I'm like-
wait, sometimes experimentation is like switching up your flow. Like, sometimes experimentation is that. Sometimes experimentation is like using no hi-hats. Like, sometimes experimentation is using a guitar as percussion. But it's like, are you trying to be different for the sake of being different? Because I know that I am different to my core, and like, I am tired, and I don't care about like people not getting it. Like,
Okay.
and I'm okay with that. But my work, people understand. And I don't make work so that people don't understand it. And people can't respect it. And people dislike it. Like, it's not... Like, my work is going to be great product as well as great art. It's like... Yeah. Like, yeah, like, I know I'm mad different. It's weird. It's like to the point where it's like, sometimes you just get tired of like, when you like, I don't know whether this happens to anybody else, yeah, but I'm like, to a new person I'm speaking to, I'm different. Like,
what do you mean? What you tell them before you? Yeah, when you first meet them?
I brace people into it. Like, I'm different. Like, I'm just really, really different than everybody else. And then they question it, and I'm like, it's all right, it's okay, but just so much as like you understand that what I'm saying is like, I'm not trying to be facetious or like a dick about anything, but it's just like, just know. And then obviously it's like they want to test what is different about you until they understand it's like, yeah, you're different. Like, it's, or, well, that is what happens to me. It's like, anyways, yeah, that's just what happens. And it's like, I'm at the point of my life where it's like, my difference is me personally. I'm just a different type of human being. But I'm in a human being society. In the Quran or in the Bible, it says you follow the rules of the land. And sometimes there's a rule to art. And the thing is, when you're great at a certain art form, that's when you bend it. But some people start an art form and do weird shit automatically. And it's like, whoa. You haven't even got to the fundamentals, mate.
Okay, I feel you.
And yeah.
I feel you. I get what you're saying with that.
Yeah.
Like, because then the experimentation feels foundationless.
Yeah.
It feels like icing without cake.
It will be because like just my life experience has been different. So when I write a book about my life experience, it's gonna be an experiment upon what and different to what anybody else has like read or seen before, right? I don't need to do any extras, fam. I promise you, I'm not trying to be different, fam. I am not trying to be any more different or difficult than I know I already am, because like I'm comfortable in that. But a lot of people, and I'm not saying this is about anybody in particular that we've named, but like a lot of people are trying to force the difference. Like, sometimes you're relatable, fam. Like, sometimes you're a relatable nigga, man. Like, people might actually like you if you just be yourself. And it's like, no, because it's like curses. It's like, what are you doing, fam? People are gonna like you for you. You don't need to do extras. But yeah,
it's funny, isn't it?
that's my rant. Yeah,
Mazzoline.
I was like, wait, do you think about that? Like, I don't know.
What, people not being themselves?
No, I'm not. I'm
experimentation.
I'm speaking about everything that I said. Because it's like,
yeah, well, you had several points then.
I'm speaking about experimentation.
Yeah, experimentation, being yourself,
understanding the fundamentals.
Yeah. Of course I do. Like we've had chats about fundamentals endlessly.
Oh, fam. People without fundamentals irk me. Like, even when you're having an argument with someone and it's like they use a logical fallacy, I automatically say this person doesn't know how to have a discourse. Because the discourse automatically turns into an argument because they're either being facetious or blockading themselves or using a straw man that's like, this is the topic. We're not going to veer off this. This is what we're speaking about. And that's why I don't have arguments with people, because I understand this is what
if it's going to be an argument,
And I exit because like people don't like it when I shout. So I'm not going to have somebody argue.
Do that to you, yeah. It's weird, isn't it? It's funny how humans do that. Well, I guess it's a pride thing. Well, it obviously is a pride thing, isn't it?
But no, like experimentation and that. What are you saying though?
Experimentation?
How much do you experiment?
As much as is necessary. I think I used to be more experimental than I am nowadays. But like even with me, I couldn't experiment beyond the point that I couldn't make sense of something, or I couldn't encapsulate that in an idea. You know what I mean? Like an idea that I find relatable.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, sometimes niggas just be trying some shit.
Yeah, and maybe that's the idea. Maybe that's fine. Yeah.
And that is totally different than like.
But even at that point, you still want it to make sense. You still want it to make sense as part of an idea. Like you might have a whole song, or like you might have like this art piece where you just done some certain thing because you was like, oh, that might just look cool. Yeah,
exactly.
But you're not doing it to be like, oh, I'm going to do this because I'm experimenting.
Yeah. Like
the idea of experimenting as opposed to experimenting.
Yeah, no, like I can.
Because is that what you're basically saying?
Yeah, like I don't want to lose myself in my experiment and then like just end up a different thing. Because now I can't explain it. It's like how am I gonna explain? I was just trying some shit and it came out like this. Yeah, and it's like, let me just go back to JPEG.
This is going to be a deep one, mate.
JPEG Mafia. Okay, so what else did JPEG Mafia say again?
No, well, he spoke about Kanye. He spoke about
and then he
experimenting, and then towards there, because he spoke about his process.
He spoke about his time in the army. Well, I remember him talking.
Because he's primarily a beat maker, isn't it? That's why I think that's a lot of the reason why his production's so flashy, because that's where he started. He says he treats them both as seriously as everything else. But he's primarily a producer. And he didn't actually, and that's the thing, and I know what you mean by saying he didn't really say anything, because he didn't really go into anything, like, in terms of that. To be fair, the platform isn't really, like, it's not for that. Like, it's like you haven't got enough time. No, but he hasn't really got time. He could have said more. He definitely could have said something.
If you're an orator, which is my point. If you're an orator, you can say a lot, fam. Like, James Baldwin has my favorite speech to have ever happened on this soil ever. Like, and yeah, he was the best. It's near enough my favorite speech ever. Okay. So it's like,
but how does that? Okay. Well, I don't know what you mean into the context of what we were saying.
No, but it's like 10 minutes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, yeah.
It's like 10 minutes or something like that. It's not long. It's like you can really say some shit, like, and like Farrakhan as well. Like he really like the reason I like a lot of the people from the 60s and like the civil rights era, because James Baldwin's from there then as well, innit? They like really say some shit. Like they're really on crud when it comes to speaking. They are just they dominate. Like they are. These guys are the best ant in the face of adversity. Like I'm thinking, like when nobody understands you, and you decide to speak for 300 years or something, or 350 years, and when you speak then it still hits 50 years later or 70 years later. That's ridiculous, fam. That is nuts. No, it's like, and this is why I like a lot of the soul songs, and like we talk about higher and classics and all of this stuff. It's like, do you know, like, there is a different level when it comes to like people that care. Like, because that's really all it is. It's like when they have the care for it, they're really going for it. And yeah, like, and that's why I like Farrakhan when he was at Donahue, when like him and Donahue were like having a discussion, like all of these people were berating him, but his ease in just the way he was like answering everybody's questions, and like his comfortability in his own character and understanding himself, and knowing that even though what he was saying was different, it had distinction and it mattered. So he stuck to it, and that's why I was like, and that is why I like watching certain things like that. Like when someone's like super different, like this is what I used to do back in 2016, 2017. Like when I was even more, or should I say, even less understood than I am now. Like I had to watch them because like I knew that if I don't learn how to speak, I'm gonna lose it. Like it's anyways. But you said that you liked, or you heard what Farrakhan said on the JLX album, innit? What'd you like about that, or not like about that, or heard about it? Because I don't like, yeah.
Well, it was just the way it was, the energy of the way he came in on the track. He was like, I can't remember exactly what he said verbatim, but he was like, "No scared Negroes," and like coming in under the. I can't remember exactly what he said. What came. But like, it was just,
he was like
the context of what he was saying with like Jay's bars, like especially when he's sort of speaking on the whole NFL thing, like.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the whole host of it, you know what I mean? Like that song was just like, for me, so well like, put together.
Okay,
like,
so
because I can't remember what he said at the beginning. What does he say at the beginning of?
On the beginning, like there's a beginning speech, the first actual song, or not the first song, the first speech, and then there's the first song, where it's like goes to Soldier Slim.
This is a tune.
This is like a banger. Anyways, if you couldn't tell from my seamless transition, we're speaking about J Electronica's album right now.
Damn, do you know what? It's not even that, because he says that and then the beat drops and it's like, yo, the energy on it is just serious.
Literally. Okay, so first of all, this is the first project that J Electronica is on fully, right? And two, this is not a J Electronica album to me. The J in J Electronica stands for Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z played center, he played two guard, and he played the spot shooter all at once, so that J Elect can be the PG in this. Because really, and Jay-Z went in on that track, right? But the way J Elect, like, just on the distinction tip as well, it's like when you come, fam, it's like, how do you even explain this? It's like, you haven't spoke in ages, and this is the first words that you're going to say on an album, and
on record.
That is different.